it will be presented by Jordi Blanc, who is the learning coordinator of the Ministry of Education in Catalonia, and Jordi Moral and Diego Aro, who are in the Open Institute of Catalonia. Yes.
Good morning. Thank you very much. We are happy to be here to share with you our experience. We are a small team, and we talk. We are going to talk about the experience of Open Institute of Catalonia. We have some brochures here, and we can take after. Here it is said, Open Institute of Catalonia, we help you with where you want to go. This is the idea in a flexible system to teach in distance education with e-learning. The approach is based on giving individualized attention, creating a shared learning experience, adapting to the subject being taught, relating to the student's environment, providing continuous evaluation, and using one-on-one tutoring. We have a problem. So there is in the picture, if we can resolve the problem, there is some facts and figures about the Open Institute of Catalonia. Now we have 25,000 students. The profile of the students are from 18 to 65 years. 60% are women, 40% are men. We teach the general education level, and we teach to the vocational education training. We have 9,000 students in vocational education training. We have to the classical education from adults. The results of the performance of our students or we have a good performance, and 60% to 80%. It depends from the kind of studies. We can show the technological structure a little, and after Diego he is a teacher, and he show you the classroom, the real classroom, and the real collaboration between the teachers and the students. Yes.
Thank you. We can hear me? Well, IOC develops all his activity on a virtual environment of learning called Moodle. We use Moodle. We decided the use of Moodle virtual environment as a result of the Catalan universities led by the work guidances. It was important. This environment allows us to adapt the activities of the curriculum to the need of our students. It also allows us to grow from 5,000 students to 26,000 students now in 5 years. We have tried to use an easy environment and many tools in order to help and facilitate the work of our teachers and students. Sometimes they don't have a previous technological knowledge. So it's very important to use the most transparent technology we can bring. Tenim aquí, molt bé. El següent, si pots. I el següent, si va bé, sí. Thank you. In order to facilitate the learning process, we use the diverse range of environments like Vimeo, as Vimeo, or YouTube that allow students see audiovisual materials. These materials are often created by the Department of Enseñament for us. We can see a little example of resource.
Experimenta a casa. L'atracció electrostàtica entre les molècules d'aigua provoca la tensió
This video
superficial
pretends to help
i
the
s'origina gràcies
students
a l'atracció
for
entre
do
l'hidrogen
some
d'una molècula i
scientific
l'oxigen
experiments at home. And to know some concepts, some elemental
Un colador
concepts, scientific
evita
concepts,
que l'aigua d'una ampolla
like
es
tension superficial.
Per què? Això és degut a que la tensió superficial fa una fina membrana d'aigua entre els petits quadrats de la reixeta del colador, que fa prou força per evitar que l'aigua caigui.
Podem passar si vols. Some exercises are posted by students, and they are used for the evaluation process. Furthermore, when recording this kind of exercise, both students and family are involved. We will see some examples with Diego later of productions of students on Vimeo. The students work in a collaborative way. They meet in the forum of the campus, where questions and answers are posted by both teachers and students. So many times, a student takes the teacher role in order to answer and assist our students. Always under the tutor supervision. This environment, the forum, provides vivid interaction between classrooms, even they are virtual. We must be alert to the emergence of new tools that facilitate and engage learning goals. We tried to incorporate them gradually. It is, therefore, important to keep in touch and collaborate with leading organizations in the field of the learning to share mutual knowledge. That's why we need to collaborate with the IOC essentially. It mentioned the use of remote laboratories in domotica. We can see a little bit this video. Real practices can be done online, so the students can observe them in live real practices and they can even record them. This is a real practice, do a distance. This is the screen who work the student at home, and this screen we can see our practice and the reality of distant laboratory on streaming. We can, if you multiply, we can observe interaction with the robot. This is very important because these robots are very expensive and can work 25 hours a day. It's easy to organize them. The campus provides each student with a portfolio, and we have many tools like wikis to edit and update content easily. We have created a software in order to monitorize the students' practices in enterprise. In a few minutes, Diego will explain us how it works. To finish, I'll show you the technological core of the campus that nowadays attends 26,000 students, but is prepared to attend about 80,000 students. 4,000 students work simultaneously every day. Very quickly. The campus architecture is composed by it's very technical. I work quickly for two front ends and back end. And this is a detail of concrete structure of the software that we use. Yes, we can comment later if you want. We can see the statistics of the last year, and we can observe the quantity of million of logins the students are working in the campus. We could observe in last year two lines, blue and yellow. The yellow is a time of response of the campus between the student. The blue is a number of students who are working in the campus. And in the statistic of our year, the next year, we can observe that we solve some problems, technological, on February, and the answer is very quickly, and the students are in rising. Usually, in a year, more than 10 million of students are working in the campus. And then, evidently, our students will use all this technological and innovative knowledge provided by the IOC in their future life. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, I will explain my experience in how we do our studies. I have been working as a teacher for 28 years, and for the past 5 years in distance education, training students that we look after and educate children from 0 to 6 years of age. Child education studies have a duration of 2,000 hours, with the following distribution: 1,617 online training hours and 383 training hours at nursery schools or similar. This year, we have enrolled 2,300 students, and I work in a team of 13 teachers in the Open Institute of Catalonia, and we coordinate 83 external teachers who collaborate in the training of our students. This is the subjects that our students have to study, ordered according to the route recommended. In my case, I give direct attention to 22 students and indirectly to 915 that are trained by a team of 10 teacher collaborators that I coordinate. I still remember when I started teaching this distance learning modality, and I thought that that relationships with students in this virtual learning environment would be cold and distant, and I felt quite skeptical about distance education, with no physical communication with a student. However, I was pleasantly surprised to find out we ended up building a close and warm relationship between us, although we never saw each other face to face. It goes without saying that the experience turned out to be extremely rewarding. It seems incredible that people who have no physical contact because they are kilometers away from each other can establish such a positive relationship. Another way, students have a high degree of satisfaction since they are people who, for various reasons, such as living in small towns, work or family obligations, cannot attend ordinary classes, and therefore distance learning gives them the opportunity to study without having to leave home. Well, and how did we manage this to reach this point? What are the roles that teachers and students play? In our case, the teacher is a guide who provides students with a course plan that marks the deadlines for submitting a task, when they have to start as to the didactic unity, etc. This plan helps them develop the ability to plan their own study. With this autonomy, they become actors in their own learning process. And this is a very powerful factor that motivates them to acquire and study the course contents by themselves. On the other hand, students know that behind the screen, there is always a teacher who will assist them, will resolve their doubts, and at times will be there to listen, or rather to read their problems, even personal, and encourage them to carry on. In this way, the teacher, besides being the expert and the mediator between education content, between the knowledge and the student, becomes a guide and a travel companion. Students must feel accompanied in their journey. In fact, one of the advantages of the virtual environment is the individual attention that can be offered to the students. All this, I think all this is possible through the written message. The mail is the key, along with good didactic materials and good informatic tools, which allow us to plan and revise our written texts before sending them, in order to make sure we convey our feelings and ideas accurately. If the teacher knows how to establish good communication with the students individually and with the group as a whole, this will undoubtedly contribute to promoting interaction among all group members. It's very motivating for students to create a friendly atmosphere in which classmates feel comfortable and relationships among them are easy and friendly. In addition, relationships within the group encourage teamwork, sharing ideas, and cooperative learning. On the other hand, the teacher also learns from the students. In fact, I have found some students with a high communicative potential, some social skills like empathy, assertion, or efficiency in the construction of their written messages, their skill at finding information on the subject we are studying on the internet, along with their participation, help me develop my own skills. Well, another feature of our course, our studies, is that students have to carry out their training period in our place, especially nursery schools. There they have a trainer who teaches them how to become an excellent preschool educator. With these school teacher trainers, we coordinate all and communicate regularly every 15 days through an online notebook. And this notebook, they have a plan of activity that the students have to do. And in this way, we can follow our students' learning progress. Another positive point of this teaching modality is that although teachers who work in small nursery schools and deal with a small group of children might think at first that they won't be able to understand how the online books. They sometimes say, well, I don't know if I will be able to understand the informatic tools. But the fact is that they end up learning how all these telematics tools work. And now I'll find you our platform model and how we work. Well, before I have two messages of thanks of students, explain how they are a high degree of satisfaction. This is a boy of 22 years old boy that began to study. This is our web, the web of our institute. This is my page web of the Open Institute of Catalonia. There are different virtual classroom, room of coordinate with my collaborators. This space is the notebook where the students, the training teacher on the workplace and me writes about the progress of the students. here we are different information. Each field has its function in the plan activities. They are the activities that the student have to do during her period of training in the workplace. Here I'm following every 15 days. The student writes about what has he learned, and me and the teacher of the workplace writes something about the progress of the student. Here is the assessment of the student. Normally, it is filled by for the teacher of the workplace. Well, now I'll show you one video that we use to assessment to the students to make the qualification. They have to send us videos or how they relate a fairy story, for instance, how they make massages.
Voleu que us expliqui una història? Sí. Voleu que us expliqui el conte d'una nena que portava sempre xumer? Sí. Aquest conte es diu... El xumer de la Gina. I vet aquí que una vegada...
Primerament, la meva som mares. Hem pogut compaginar. Doncs per bon dia a tothom.
Sí, ja funciona. No? Ah, no? Se sentia.
For last but not least, is a ceremony for the graduate students last week, and we show you 3 students. These first ones are students of Diego, and another one is a woman of 65 years. These women, or the 3 examples are women, tell us about the satisfaction to have a study in Open Institute of Catalonia, and thanks a lot for her teachers, and more important, for her family too. Is an emotion moment for the students.
I moltes felicitats a tots els titulats del dia d'avui, doncs per fi tenim la recompensa del nostre esforç. Estem molt contentes de poder compartir aquest moment tan especial amb tots vosaltres, mestres, companys i familiars. Gràcies a vosaltres hem pogut complir el nostre somni, fer-nos educadores per poder treballar dintre d'aquest món tan important com és l'educació. Gràcies a l'IOC, nosaltres que som mares, hem pogut compaginar feina i estudis. Gràcies a l'eficàcia i al bon funcionament de l'entorn virtual, ens ha estat molt fàcil realitzar aquests estudis, adequant-los al nostre ritme i horaris. Cal mencionar també el bon
obtinc el títol de graduat escolar.
She said that she has 65 and 50 years later she obtains the graduate.
Com tantes altres persones de la meva generació, per circumstàncies del moment que es vivia, amb 12 anys vaig haver de deixar l'escola per treballar. Em va acompanyar la certesa que quan pogués tornaria a estudiar. Però no va ser fàcil. En 2 ocasions vaig materialitzar l'intent de tornar a l'escola. Era ja adulta, però els horaris eren incompatibles amb la feina. Finalment, en un centre em van parlar de IOC-An, on es...
Okay. So, I must say here that if the IOC now has 26,000 students is because we have a mother who is Open University of Catalonia, the UOC, and as we said, the mother is very important to grow up. No? So in 4 years we have grow up a lot, and we have now 26,000 students, and the mother is the UOC. No? Thank you.